Greetings, my name is Randy Acker, and I'm a third-year student at the University of Maine. We're going to be talking today about the United Nations Convention for the Rights of Disabled Persons. Okay, first I'm going to give you a little rundown, and it goes kind of like this. About the middle of December in 2006, at the United Nations headquarters in New York, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities and its optional protocol was adopted. A short 3.5 months later, in 2007, it was open for signature. There were 82 signatories to this convention, 44 signatories to the optional protocol, and 1 ratification of the convention, making this the highest number of signatories in history to a UN convention on its opening day. It is also the first comprehensive treaty of the 21st century and began application at the beginning of May in 2008. The convention spearheads an archetype in attitudes and approaches to persons with disabilities. It discourages the stereotypical association of persons with disabilities with charity, medical treatment, social protection, and adopting a new international position. This position views persons with disabilities as individuals with rights and are capable of claiming those rights, making decisions for their lives based on their own free will and informed consent, as well as being active members of society. The convention is intended as a human rights instrument with an explicit social development dimension. It adopts a broadened category of persons with disabilities and accentuates that all persons with all types of disabilities must enjoy human rights and fundamental freedoms. It clarifies and qualifies how all categories of rights apply to persons with disabilities and identifies the area where adaptations have to be made for persons with disabilities to effectively exercise their rights, and areas where their rights have been violated and where protection of rights must be reinforced. A convention was negotiated during 8 sessions of an ad hoc committee of the General Assembly from 2002 to 2006, making this the fastest negotiated human rights treaty. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about the preamble to the legislation here. Alright, there's a lot of big words, and for instance, in the second paragraph alone, it's recognizing the United Nations in this Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the International Covenants on Human Rights. And they all agreed that everyone is entitled to rights and freedoms set forth therein without distinction of any kind. Now, however, in the language, which is most important to me, 2 paragraphs later, it pretty much starts categorizing. Recall the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women, the Convention against Torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment, the Convention on the Rights of a Child, and the International Convention on the Protection of Rights of all migrant workers and members of their family. Now, this I have to say this first. That this is a gigantic leap in eliminating discrimination and stigmas that go attached to these people that produce barriers that they have to get through, and for a lot of people it's very tough. But this, once again, is a great first step, and it's just going to get better from here. Thank you.